BBC Sport. Coming up, we're going to be talking to West Ham legend Mark Noble! Former boy band star Andy Costa's in the house! And we've got comedian Paul F. Taylor with us! Plus, we've got the players from FC Hatton in the house! But first, some music for you with Sometimes It's Oscar!
Tell me who I should support. Red tea, green tea. I was always bad at sports. I won't play your game. I want it so it has to be poor. This way. But sometimes only when I look at you, I know the things I wanna do. Always when you're in my room, I know the things I wanna do. Sometimes only when I look at you, I know the things I wanna do. Always when you're in my room, I know the things I wanna do.
Sometimes I'm getting closer. Sometimes you win me over. Sometimes I'm getting closer. Sometimes you win me over. Sometimes I'm getting closer. Sometimes you win me over. Sometimes I'm getting closer. Sometimes you win me over.
Sometimes only when I look at you, I know the things I wanna do. Always when you're in my room, I know the things I wanna do. Sometimes only when I look at you, I know the things I wanna do. Always when you're in my room, I know the things I wanna do. Sometimes I'm getting closer. Sometimes you win me over. Sometimes I'm getting closer. Sometimes you win me over. Sometimes I'm getting closer. Sometimes you win me over. Sometimes I'm getting closer. Sometimes you win me over.
That was Oscar with Sometimes, and there'll be more from Oscar and his band later in the show. So welcome to football tonight. And as you can hear, we've got a real life EastEnder on the show. Mark Noble's here! I don't think we've had a response like this, Mark. Right. I know Roy will be watching at home. Do you know what I mean? You know what you've got to do, mate. So, Mark, you're obviously captain of West Ham. You're a one-club man, more Premier League appearances for them than anybody else. Best season you've had at the club. You've got to be a very happy hammer right now, don't you?
I'm as happy as these guys here. You can. Yeah, I mean, it's been great. It's not finished yet, though.
It's not finished yet, mate. Absolutely.
We've got a quarter-final coming up against United, obviously.
How was that? How was that going up to Old Trafford and actually being the favourites?
Yeah, obviously it's changed a lot over the years.
Yeah.
To be honest, we used to go to United 3 or 4, maybe 5 years ago, and
Petrified.
well, you used to high five if you lost 2-0 after the game.
Yeah.
But now, you know, we go to these places and we're holding our own, you know.
You are. More than that, in fact.
Yeah.
More than that. Now, you got immortalised on a West Ham fans' leg after the 3-0 win over Liverpool. Look, there you go. 29th of the 8th. 3-0. You're in the middle there. How does that feel? How does that feel?
Yeah, it's crazy, people.
Well, the good news is we've got another crazy person because say hello to Chris Wilkerson. Chris, you're a big fan of Nose, right?
Obviously.
Massive fan of Nose. Would you like to tattoo Mark's signature on your arm?
I've made worse decisions, I can tell you that.
What's that?
I've made worse decisions.
He's made worse decisions. Would you be prepared to do the honours?
Of course.
Let's go down there. Right, where are we going to do it?
Get up here, I suppose.
Inside of the arm, yeah?
Yeah, make it a
Real nice. All right.
Big one.
Yeah, why not? Do whatever you want. Well, it's up to you.
All right, Mark's just leaning in there. Oh, he's gone quite big. You know what? That's real nice. And you've got the eyes in there as well. That's real good. Just show the camera a little bit. We've got a tattooist from Alison Tattoo Land waiting for you. We're going to check up for you a bit. Do you want Anthony Costa's signature on your other arm? Not really. He doesn't want that. All right. Perfect. Give him a big round of applause. Now, Mark, you're one of the few Premier League footballers who doesn't have any tattoos. Am I right in saying that?
Yes.
Yeah? If you win the FA Cup... Look, you got him worried for a minute. You're like, what's going to happen? If you win the FA Cup, what about getting some ink?
If we win the FA Cup?
Yeah.
I promise you I'll...
Really?
Yeah.
How about that? We'll get him back on the show. We'll get him back on the show. All right.
I'm not jumping in the cab, though. We'll do it here.
We'll do it here.
Yeah,
we'll do it right here, exactly. And Anthony Costa's here, everybody. Now, I don't know how this is going to go down, but you're a Spurs fan,
yes.
Anthony. And massive hunk, double Brit Award winner, no tattoos, though. What's all that about?
I think I'm one of the only pop stars never had a tattoo.
I know.
All my other bandmates have.
Full of them. What's the worst tattoo? I know for a fact, just because of the era, there'll be a bit of Chinese writing going down.
Of course there is.
And some barbed wire, for sure.
Yeah, I think Dunk got a tattoo when we got our first #1 or something in, like, Malaysia. And
Ideal.
Ideal, as you do. And when we was in Malaysia, he got a tattoo and, 2002 or something, yeah.
I bet it's looking great now.
Yeah, it's covered now, though.
Real nice, real nice. Paul F. Taylor's here, everybody. Another Spurs fan. Another Spurs fan. Paul, if you could get any footballer's face tattooed on top of your own face so you could walk around for the day and know how it feels to be a professional footballer, who would it be?
Yeah.
What now?
I mean, most people who have a tattoo, normally if it's a person's face, it never normally quite looks like that person. It looks a bit like them. So I don't think... I already look a little bit like a Pro Evolution Soccer version of Juan Mata.
You do, actually. You've got you're a blocky version of Juan Mata, basically.
They won't hear that, but I don't think I need it really. Plus tattoos on your face. Most people have like a sort of spider's web on the face, don't they?
Yeah,
that's odd.
That's old school.
I could have Howard Webb.
Howard Webb on your face. That's good. I like it.
People will go, "Oh, what's that, mate?" And I go, "Oh, it's a gang thing."
All right, guys, listen, it's time to catch up on all the action from the last 7 days. And with Leicester doing what they do best, Spurs hanging on to their coattails, and United slaying City, there's a lot to talk about.
Big games all over the place this weekend. But forget that, because we're starting at West Boring Albion, where Norwich won 1-0 in a game no one watched. Now that the title's gone, Arsenal are finally playing like champions. Sanchez had a front row seat to another Everton home defeat. Liverpool threw away a 2-goal lead at Southampton, prompting the world's longest celebration run from Ronald Koeman. Harry Kane is so excited about the new Batman film. He's been wearing that stupid bloody mask for weeks now. The slack-jawed Crusader helped Spurs crash, boom, bam, 3 past Bournemouth. Derby Day in the North East had every police horse worried, but in the end, Newcastle and Sunderland's 1-1 draw resembled 2 drunks brawling in an alley. Speaking of which, this fan had clearly had a few. Rashford embarrassed Demichelis into considering early retirement as United won the Manchester ding-dong. In the capital, Fabregas remembered he was good at football for the first time since 2014. And finally, remember when Leicester were fun? Another dull 1-0 win means the Foxes are doing a Chelsea and boring their way to the title. Enjoy it, Leicester fans. This lot will probably be playing for City next year.
Let's start with West Ham. Mark, so close to beating Chelsea. So close. What happened?
Well, we got a penalty given against us that wasn't a penalty, for one.
Right, OK. Not my fault.
The wall in the first half was about 15 yards away from the ball.
Breaking it right down for us. Imagine getting clapped like your post-match analysis, getting rounds of applause.
Do you know what? I said after the game, it's hard, isn't it, for refs that it happens so fast on a pitch. When you watch it on telly, it's a bit different, but out there, it happens so quick. And but it means a lot to people, you know, that 2 yards. I mean, them 2 points that we missed out on.
Would you like it if the refs could use the video screen?
Yeah, I don't want the refs looking up at a screen in the stadium, but it takes them 2 seconds to speak to their lino, so it obviously takes them 2 seconds to speak to the fourth official.
Right, okay.
I mean, if he has a screen, he tells him straight away that it's not a penalty. You know,
They should have them when they talk to the managers as well at the end. You know, when Wenger's going, I haven't seen it, they can go, it's there, mate.
No problem. It's right here. You can watch it all you like. That's a very good suggestion. Now, after the game, Slaven Bilic came out. He said you guys were trying to play too sexy and not penetrating enough. Is he just trying to outdo Louis van Gaal with the dirty talk? What's going on?
To be honest, I don't know where he got that from. Obviously, he ain't looking at me when he's talking about sexy.
Right, okay. Although he's quite a sexy man himself, we've got some photos from a shoot he did. This is him just waiting for you to get home from work.
He's in Naples chair.
What do we think the inspiration is behind this pose? Have you ever seen this face?
I think that was obviously a furniture ad, wasn't it? Sure.
Right, OK, yeah. It's Croatian furniture ad. Right, OK. And then we've got him. Here he is the morning after the night before. Like a kind of black and white version James Bond. He's a manager, rock star, lawyer, and he smoked like a chimney when he was a player, right?
Nothing's changed, is it?
Really, right? Okay, so he's quite a guy, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, obviously these guys love him. He's a top bloke. He's transformed us this year, obviously, with him and the signings that him and the board have made have been fantastic. Obviously, Dimitri Payet, who these guys love. The players, players like Manu Lanzini, who's been great for us, and the players we've brought in have improved us massively, and I think it just shows the way we've played this year has been fantastic.
Yeah. You're going to be filling out the stadium around the corner in a minute, mate. 60,000 or something, pretty impressive.
No pressure.
Leicester won again.
It will be good for the game, good for the game, good for the game.
If they beat Palace, fourth 1-0 win in 5 games, is that title form, or are they getting a bit lucky now?
No, I wouldn't say it's luck, to be honest. I think they've been great this season. To accumulate the points they've got already, to mix with the big boys, and I mean it's great for football what they're doing, isn't it? It's great for football to have the Leicester at the top of the league by 5 or what is it, 8 points?
5 points.
5 points. Yeah, I mean, I think deep down in our hearts we'd all like to see them win it.
Of course we would. Of course we would. Absolutely. Beautifully put. And now All except Alan Pardew, who spoke highly of Leicester in his programme notes, sort of. He opened with this: Claudio Ranieri and his players deserve unbelievable credit for establishing a 5-point lead, before continuing with, and while the stars have aligned to get them to this point in the season with very few injuries and the top teams failing well short and some tight games going their way, they have earned the right to be where they are now. Today's opponents have been awarded 10 penalties this season, which is double the total of any other team. Little bit sour grapes here, really.
He must have taken a big breath before saying that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, Pards he says what he thinks, doesn't he?
He does.
But yeah, I mean, he's probably trying to play a little bit of mind gamage in there as well, which he's great at. But to be honest, I'd like to have a few more penalties this year. I think I've only had one, so.
OK, you're pretty good at penalties as well.
I'm all right, yeah.
I'm all right. Spurs smashed Bournemouth. 3-0, boys. Top scorers, best defence. You look in the business. Is this going to be it? Is this the year?
Is this the year? What do you reckon, mate?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think what Poch has done, bringing in the youth, Ali's, the Dyers of this world. Walker, he's just got playing unbelievable. Rose, he's just transformed into a left back. It's unbelievable.
Rose is playing better than he really should be.
That's how good Poch is.
The thing about Spurs is now is that when we go 1-0 up, we still look for that second goal, the third, the fourth, and everything else. Whereas before we used to go 1-0 up, sit back, try and nick a 1-0 win, and then, being a Spurs fan, the opposition will score in the 91st minute.
Blue won 2 Brit Awards.
Yeah.
Would you trade them? Would you sacrifice them for the Premier League title?
Oh,
he ain't
wasn't
a true
for me.
fan, obviously, is he?
Yeah, exactly. You'd have handed them straight over, mate. Come on.
What are you saying?
I said if you was a true fan, you would have said yes straight away.
You're out of it. All right then. I'll have to give one away.
One away. Say that
I was
again.
going to say, have you brought him with you?
Nah.
All right.
Yes, sir.
But if Spurs do win the title, I'll get a tattoo.
Really? Wow, what of?
Right, Noble.
Arsenal beat Everton. If Leicester don't win it, Mark, who would you rather, Spurs or Arsenal?
Arsenal.
Really?
Why?
Yeah? Why so?
Mark, why, man? What's going on?
Because I like Arsenal.
He was all right before.
Right, OK, that's easy enough then. All right, guys, it's time to put your predicting prowess to the test. Who's going to win the title? Paul?
I'm going to say Tottenham.
Tottenham. Anthony?
I'll say Spurs, and I.
West Ham.
West Ham.
No chance.
That's what they think. We want our audience now to vote with their feet. If you think Tottenham's going to do it, we want you to go over to the left-hand side over here. If you think Leicester's going to do it, go over to the right-hand side. Everybody, let's go. Let's move. Be careful. Where are they going?
One of those people's on crutches.
A lot of people going over to the right-hand side, Leicester's side. There's not many Spurs fans. Wow.
They've got most of them.
Hey, you going to stay in? Nah, I can't. I don't do this.
Right. So it looks like Leicester have the slight majority there.
Pathetic.
Have we got that covered off?
There's someone on that. There's someone over there who's got crutches. They couldn't even move.
Really? OK,
They had to stay there.
they just stayed. It's time now for a break. Still to come, Mark talks England and Paul tells us about his latest stand-up show. Plus, what programme is Anthony obsessed with?
Play nice and cool, Trig, you know what I mean?
Find out after the break. Welcome back to Football Tonight with Mark Noble, Anthony Costa and Paul F. Taylor. Mark, let's talk West Ham. 2 defeats in the last 22 games. What's going on?
I don't know myself, to be honest. Hard work and a little bit of flair. Yeah. We've, as I said, we're playing really well. We've got some top players, a lot of belief. and team spirit, and that's what gets you through.
Have you ever had team spirit like this before in the West Ham side?
Not that I can remember. Not the games we've come back this year. Do you know what I mean? The games we've been down and we've come back to win games or draw them. It's been phenomenal, and we've just got a lot. We're just all good friends, you know, and we've got a lot of belief in each other, and that's why we're doing so well.
Yeah. If you had to choose between 4th place and the FA Cup, what would you take?
FA Cup.
FA Cup all day long. Really? Why so?
In a bit of a selfish way, the chances of me lifting the Champions League are not very high.
Right, so you want some medals, basically?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I'm sure these will agree. For West Ham to win the FA Cup in the last year at the Bowling would be pretty special.
Yeah, I'll make you right, actually. So then, in what, obviously, potential celebration parade there, obviously you'd be hoping that goes better than the 2005 one, right?
Depends what you've got.
So what happened? Don Hutchinson, apparently, what did he do? Look at the face.
Yeah, no, he gave me the cup, and I went out on the balcony and lifted it up, and he whipped me trousers down. But obviously, I've got the
There's nothing
trophy.
you can do, basically.
I just literally stood there, and I remember having the worst pants on as well. They was like, you know, the checked, baggy ones. Sort
right,
of
okay.
thing.
Yeah.
No one, you never think
Those
I was
your
young,
worst
and you never think I was going to see your pants at that age, do you?
Don Hutchinson, old pro, he knows what to do, mate. So your testimonials on Monday, Easter Monday, right, at the Boleyn Ground, live on BT Sport, by the way. Who's playing? Paolo Di Canio,
yes.
Rio Ferdinand.
Yes.
Mark Noble.
Teddy Sheringham. Ludo. Dean Ashton, Scotty Parker, Yossi Benayoun.
All sorts. That'll do.
Yeah.
And you're giving all the money to charity, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Great. Which charity?
To the Richard House Hospice, Help for Heroes, the soldiers, and then Dylan Tombides Foundation. Obviously. Yeah, obviously, Dylan. I've been a patron for the Richard House Hospice, and when you say hospice, everyone knows what that means, you know. And Dylan, I had a few of the Help for Heroes ladies and men in my box at West Ham, and some of the stories they tell you is incredible, you know. And I don't think we do enough of them personally in this country. And then Dylan also obviously was close to us, you know. I knew personally and his family, so it was only right to get them involved as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great thing you're doing, mate. So we touched on it before. Next year you're moving from the Boleyn, you're going over to the Olympic Stadium. You had a look round?
I have. I was over there on last Monday with the manager and a few of our staff just to check the seating and where the players' wives and girlfriends and
the important stuff, yeah?
Mistresses are sitting. Yeah, no, it's just to see where obviously the families are and the changing rooms and.
Is it a nice setup over there?
Yeah, I mean it's beautiful. You're going to love it. It's massive compared to where we are now. Obviously 60,000, nearly double in size. So. It's going to be pretty special.
Absolutely, mate. We wish you the best of luck. Anthony, Heady Days in blue.
Yeah.
There's a blue fan in the house. There's one. You worked with Stevie Wonder, Kool and the Gang, Sir Elton John. What was the biggest highlight for you?
For me,
Me, Martin Noble.
just yeah. Meeting Mark Noble, David Ginola. No, I think for me, like, obviously being a kid, you sort of look up to these musicians like Sir Elton John, Stevie Wonders of this world, and being in the same room and singing together, you just can't beat it. I'm sure it's like, you know, Mark meeting a proper football legend. You know what I mean? So. I'm saying no. You know.
I understand that.
He understood.
No, I just said like Mark meeting like proper legend.
Come on, he knows what you're talking about. Don't worry about it.
So I remember meeting Sir Elton John and we were just talking about football, you know.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he was just sitting there and said, so what team do you support? And I was like, Spurs. And he went, OK, obviously I'm Watford. Did you know that? I went, yeah. And then we just started chatting.
Nice guy?
Yeah, he was wicked. He was absolutely brilliant. And Stevie Wonder was just unbelievable, man.
I bet.
I remember sitting there and this is a true story, right? We was about to start shooting a video, and he's sitting there by the piano, the keyboard, and we were all about, and the director's about to shoot action, and me and the boys all standing around just chatting like this, and we're talking about what we're going to do that night, and should we go to the movies and everything else, and me being an idiot and wanting him to get involved, I said to him, so, Stevie, have you seen any good films lately? Like, true story.
Nice one, mate.
True story.
Lightning.
Literally.
Lightning
and the boys
Costa.
were like, what have you done, mate?
Wow.
I went, oh, no, I'm so sorry. And he was laughing. He was like, he goes, hey, how about I drive you to the cinema? And I was like, if you want.
It was tough.
True story.
Paul, you've got a new show for Edinburgh in August. It's called Sour Apes.
Sour Apes.
What's it all about?
It's like he's halfway right. It's kind of Planet of the Apes meets stand-up comedy.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
You've got the head for it, anyway.
You're right. Yeah, I have got the head for it. It could have nearly been called broccoli, because that's also what my head looks like. But yeah, it's going to be stand-up comedy. And a lot of mishmash of random ideas. There's lots of flights of fancy, a lot of nonsense in it.
Okay, and you do a YouTube show, the Football Goals Premier League highlights thing?
It's actually the Football Goals Premier League highlights soccer show. You missed the word.
Right, okay, sorry.
It's pretty search engine friendly. It's basically a load of videos that me and my mate Nick put together. We do like ad parodies and we do sort of tips for footballers. We're pretty big in Burma right now.
Good.
We get a lot of shares in Burma. They put stuff in a language I don't understand underneath. I assume it's Burmese.
Shall I tell you one thing that annoys me? Right, been on Twitter. Whenever like Diego Costa's having an absolute nightmare, I get hammered. Like, I'll just put it out there, mate.
Well, just run off. You just get weird.
He just does my head in. Like, your cousin's playing really bad. Sort him out. I'm like, I don't know the geezer. You know what I mean?
It's good banter though on their part.
Proper good banter.
I forgot to ask you, by the way, you're crazy like Only Fools and Horses fan,
I'm
right?
obsessed, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you go on Mastermind or something?
Yeah, Celebrity Mastermind. That was my chosen subject.
How'd you get on?
Yeah, I did all right, you know.
Yeah?
It's quite intimidating when that John Humphreys...
he's heavy duty, John Humphreys.
John Humphreys was just firing these questions. I was like, sitting there in a chair, and he goes, OK, question 1, in 1981, what was the... And I'm like, what? And by that time, the time had gone. But I did all right. I got about 13 out of 15, I think.
13 out of 15? That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
For a geezer who invited Stevie Wonder to the cinema, that's pretty impressive. Now, Mark has already shown he's a man with a big heart by giving away all his testimonial proceeds to charity. West Ham fans love him, but do they actually know him? We've been down to Upton Park to ask some questions about Mark. They've given us their answers, and we want Mark to guess what they said about him. So if you're ready, it's time to play Getting to Know Nobes, getting to know all about Nobes. Come on. Right, time to get to know Nobes. Mark, if you're ready, we're going to meet our first West Ham fan. Let's have a look.
Hi, my name is Joffa. I'm from Melbourne, Australia, home of the MCG, and I've been a West Ham supporter for as long as I can remember. And what a season we're having. Great fun. Go to Hammers.
Right, Joffa has been a West Ham fan, man and boy, and we asked him to tell us how much he thinks Mark Noble is worth. Did he say 10 million, 100 million or £6.30? What do we reckon?
Well, I mean, if he's a smart man, he didn't really look that smart, did he, to be honest? I'm going to say 10.
10 mil. Let's have a look. Mark says 10.
I think Mark Noble is worth £100 million.
Maybe he's smart. How much do you reckon you are worth in the game?
£6.30.
£6.30, right, OK.
I don't know. In what game? This game?
Yeah, in football. If someone had to buy you right now, what would you be happy if West Ham accepted
my son collects them Match Attack cards, and he told me I'm only 4 stars, so I'm rubbish. So not
really, right? OK, so you got to kick on a bit. All right, let's meet the second West Ham fan. The sex.
My name's Jack Walsh. Well done, Mark Noble.
Right, Jack Walsh, lovely
Cheers.
fella. We asked him how good-looking you are on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being Ian Dowling and 10 being David Beckham. What number do you think he rated you? 2, 6 or 8?
Did we know his gender?
What's that? Yeah.
I'm going to go 6.
6, you reckon? OK, let's have a look.
About a 6.
Ah!
Yeah, he's got a little bit of work still, I think, on the David Beckham stuff. But yeah, he ain't too bad.
All right, he said you had a bit of work to do.
That's all right. Yeah, I'm married with 2 kids, so I'm not too fussed.
All right, so you're fine. Let's meet the third West Ham fan.
Hi, I'm Leisha. I've been coming to Upton Park for 16 years now. With me, Auntie Jen. Hi, Auntie.
Auntie Jen's getting in on the act. Now, we asked which club she would least like to see you play for. Did she say Spurs, Millwall or Chelsea?
It's gonna have to be Millwall.
Is it Millwall? Let's find out.
Millwall.
Yeah. Hang on. All right. I think we've got to know Nobes, everybody, don't you? If you had which club would you least like to play for out of those 3?
Millwall.
Right, OK, everything was spot on. All right, time now for some more music. We're breaking my phone. It's Oscar.
Don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to say, but keep me away from you. So there's someone else, but I'm here stuck on the shelf. But please don't look at me like I'm some kind of fool for loving you. 'Cause I keep on breaking my phone after I've spoken to you. I'm checking my bones, and it won't go. And it's all a shame. I've got myself to blame. Just rolling around the same track, and I'm going insane. Oh, no. Yes, I keep on breaking my phone after I've spoken to you. I'm checking my bones, and it won't go. But I keep on breaking my phone after I've spoken to you. I'm checking my bones, and it won't go.
Oscar, everybody, how about that? Hey, there'll be more from them later on in the show. Still to come, we talk international football. But before that, who is this badly drawn footballer? Find out after the break. Welcome back to Football Tonight on BT Sport. Before the break, we asked you who this most badly drawn footballer was? It is, of course, Paolo Di Canio, who'll be playing in Mark Noble's testimonial game live on BT Sport Europe from 1:30 p.m. on Easter Monday. Let's talk international football. Who here thinks Mr. Mark Noble should be in the England squad? We got it. It's unanimous. Should you be in the squad, Mark Noble? Have you heard from Roy?
No, obviously not.
Well, I just wondered, like, maybe just, I've been thinking about it and I see you playing well, that kind of chat.
To be honest, look, listen, obviously I've been asked about this 1,000 times in the last month, but if I was there, I wouldn't be sitting here now. No, but listen, everyone's got their own opinions. I understand that, and thank you.
Why? Somebody shout, keep doing what you're doing. Why do you think you've been overlooked?
I don't know, to be honest. As I said, football's a game of opinions, and we've got some tremendous players in that squad. We've got obviously a massive tournament coming up, and I think it would be fair to say whether I'm there or not, it doesn't look like that, but we'll be supporting England in the summer.
I think it's wrong, mate. I think it's wrong.
No.
I think it's wrong.
Yeah, Anthony Costa thinks it's wrong.
Yeah, he should be there, mate. No, hold on. West Ham Spurs aside, right? Let's talk football. West Ham ain't fifth for no reason. Do you know what I'm saying? He's the catalyst. He's the man in the middle. You know what I mean? He controls it. And I'm not saying it because he's here, but he should be. He should be in the squad.
I haven't threatened anybody.
He should, mate. I'm in funny, right? No disrespect, I don't know the geezer, but if a certain Arsenal player who ain't played all season comes back just before the end of the season and gets an England squad, wrong. It's wrong because you should go on your merit. You should go on how many games you played if you've played well. It's ridiculous, mate. No, it is. I'm just saying it.
I'm not disagreeing.
No, but you're laughing. no, but I'm just saying. I'm passionate because we shouldn't be having an international break now anyway. At the business end of the season, I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Finish the season 2 weeks before. Play your friendlies. If he don't know who's in his squad by the end of this week, it's ridiculous, mate. You shouldn't be doing it.
Daddy got it off his chest. That's it. Mark, you're also eligible to play for Ireland. If Martin O'Neill called you up, what would you say?
No, why is he going to... What?
It's not your question, mate.
It's not your question, Andy.
Look, listen, I am eligible. My nan and granddad are Irish, but I played for England from 15 to under-21s, obviously, and I've always thought to myself that I'm English, and there's Irish boys out there that are full Irish and play for the Irish younger teams that
it wouldn't be fair on them.
Yeah, probably deserve their chance more than me. I wouldn't want to do that to any Irish player. And as I said, for me just to go and play for Ireland wouldn't be right. I wouldn't feel rightly about that.
Fair dues, mate. Anthony, this is your question.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, mate.
England are playing Germany at the weekend.
Bothered.
Well, what you might be bothered about is Kane or Dele Alli getting injured.
It's ridiculous, mate. This is what I'm saying. You don't play international friendlies at the business end of the season with 8 games left. Why? Even if he plays Kane on tomorrow or Ali or whatever, he's going to end up playing like 80 minutes, innit? And then take them off. Oh, they needed a rest. Well, don't play them. Play the youngsters, man. Play your Drinkwaters. If you're taking Danny Drinkwater, play Danny Drinkwater. Play Sturridge. He needs to get fit. Don't start playing Kane 90 minutes on both games. It's not fair, man.
Not fair on Spurs fans, that's for sure. Paul, give me a reason why international football is better than club football.
Well, in club football, there's a feeling, isn't it, like one team could get rich enough that they would just buy the cup or buy the league.
Yeah.
Whereas in international, one country can buy the whole tournament.
It's much cleaner that way.
It's much cleaner, and I think that's why internationals is better.
Yeah, I'll make you right, actually. Still to come, there's more music from Oscar, and we ask the question everybody's always wanted to know the answer to. Is football really better than sex?
Yeah.
We'll be right back. back to football tonight on BT Sports. Right, let's talk about sex, baby. According to a study, more than half of men and women admit that watching football gets them more excited than a bit of slap and tickle. Mark, you're an actual footballer. You've got a couple of kids. I know you've had actual sex. What's better?
Oh,
I didn't think it was...
Do you know what? The wife's pretty good, but it's normally only about 15 seconds. If I'm honest, you can't beat scoring a goal.
Really?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't beat it. I mean, we all know we all love sex. Of course we do, but but scoring a goal is tremendous.
Really?
Yeah.
Right, okay, fair dues, mate. Thank you, Anthony. You're in a boy band. Women falling at your feet.
Were they?
Is there anything better than Harry Kane curling one into the top corner against Arsenal?
Oh. Honestly, that feeling, man. A part of me, like, I was just gone to jelly. No, it's got to be football, isn't it?
Really?
It's like, yeah, Harry Kane, mate. When he scored that goal, I've still got bruises on my legs from jumping up.
Really?
Yeah, bruv. Yeah.
Okay. Paul, sex or football?
Sex or football? Sex. I'm going to go sex. Because, like, honestly, I think if we applied some of the concepts of football to sex, it might be a bit more exciting, you know? You know, like if you had relegation and if you had promotion and cups and stuff like that. Okay. You know, your lads would be ringing you up going, hey, come on, let's, Paul, you coming down to the game? And you go, oh, no, sorry, mate, I'm having sex. And they go, oh, nah, football's better, mate, come down. And you go, nah, you don't understand, I'm in the final. Well, the semi-final, anyway.
I like it, it's a little take on it, it's good. And Mark, I'm going to throw another great pleasure of yours out there. Fishing, how exciting is reeling in a 50-pound carp? Look at this fish. Look at that fish.
Wow.
Never seen anything like it. It's insane.
Mate.
Look at the look on Mark's face. He doesn't know what to make of it. He's astounded.
Where was that?
How does it feel when you pull that one out?
Oh.
Oh, I tell you what, in fact, that was at Les Bowyers Lake in France, and we had 3 days off.
Mark, how high is your head?
Yeah, it's a bit of a cone head. I'll tell you what happened, we had a few days off, and I caught that fish, and I went back to show the lads, and as you see Alex Song there at the bottom, I showed him, and he asked me to send him the photo. He was amazed by it, and he put it on his Instagram or Twitter, and he obviously has got loads of followers. And then the next day in the Daily Mail, it was me and Alex Song was fishing in France together.
Right, okay, yeah, quiet lads, just, you know, a bit of time out.
Me and Alex sitting there on the lake. But yeah, look, that's better than sex for sure.
Really? Wow. All right, he's not painting a good picture of his home life.
I said she was all right.
It's almost time to check up on the tattoo. Should we go and see how Chris is getting on? Yeah? Guys, right? Chris, it's a brave man. Yes, look at that now. It was a big signature. Look at his arms twitching, the poor thing. Look at the bruise already. So it was quite a big one. She couldn't get all the way through, could she?
No, all the way done. We've had to sit around and wait and make sure it's nice and safe.
How do you feel?
Oh, I feel great. You know, I've got a dancing arm, but otherwise I'm fine.
You just need to work on the bicep a little bit now.
A little bit, exactly.
Is that really your signature, man? You know when you sign for like a parcel or something like that and you just kind of go...
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's on my arm, mate, thanks.
Yeah.
It looks good, though. I think it looks good. What do we think, guys? Great man, great sport for doing it anyway, that's for sure. How about that? OK, guys. And Mark Noble immortalised again. And that's almost it for tonight. My thanks to Mark Noble, Anthony Costa and Paul F. Comedian Tom Rosenthal, plus there'll be music from Van, but playing us out tonight with beautiful words is Oscar. Have a great weekend, good night and good luck.
Can you really walk away? The symptoms are in play. Need to stay in just one place till memories are erased. But to me, to me, to me.